Excuse me. Hello. Wonder if anyone's going to join. Show comments on stage. I don't know what that means. Ah, right. It means that. Okay. So, here we go. Wonder if anyone will jump in. Usually somebody does. It's interesting that they've got Dessers and Gami. I can never say his name, but I expected, I suppose. Well, there are players until further notice. Suter's back. That's a good thing. People said he wouldn't make it. He did. So Suter's back. So I guess with all the people saying, "Oh, Suter, the injury Scotland team," they knew what they were doing. This is again the downfall of social media. People jump, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I noticed Ridvan Yalamaz has been left out, so I would suggest he's on his way. Glad Soapy is back, to be honest. I don't know how to do all this stuff yet on the. I'm still learning, so. Sorry. That's how you do it. Okay, see, I'm still learning all this. Oh, crap, sorry. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's how you do that. I'm still finding my feet with this, so that's good. I'm going to be scrolling up and down on my phone while I'm doing this, just so you guys know. Um, I'm guessing on his way. That's a good thing. Yeah, I think they said Ridvan's going to be Rangers review. How's this? Aye, here we go. Good. Aye. Oh, sugar. I had a team up there just to. Kieran Ridge, but defenders, Matt Aye, Richie, I think he's away. Aye, that's fine, innit? Aye. And it's good to see young Asgard playing. That's a good thing. Uh, Obviously, he's not as injured as we thought he was, but I think, see with the injury thing, that's going to happen, and the knocks are going to happen, and people are jumping on it again. It's a downfall of social media. Oh, there's something wrong with it. The the physio side of the Rangers, but it's like, come on, mate, it's not. It's just down to, but knocks happen. I've got the goping on in the background, so if you see me jumping about, you know why. Not jumping about, but see my attention being detailed. Uh, what's that? He's doing all right. Aye. Red Van. The thing is, Richie, Leon King is in ahead of Bailey Rice, who can place it back if he can do it. Finlay Cord's ahead of Dill. The thing is, Chris, it's an opinion thing, but the pre-season, the manager will have been looking at these players more than ever. He's in the door, so he'll be like that, right? And he's watched every game since January, I believe. So he sees what we don't see. It's the same with every team selection. We've all got our opinions, and he's obviously impressed. So Leon King's in ahead. So there we go, and it's good to see. I'm glad he's. I would sell Suter personally, and I know I'm in the minority of that. He's still a wee bit he is injury prone, and he can make some bad mistakes. But at the end of the day, even myself, we need to we need to hang on a minute. Oh, how did I do this? Sorry, I'm still finding my feet. There we go, Chris. I'm just finding my feet, gentlemen. What am I trying to say? I've lost my train of thought, and that's because I'm a bit dumb. If anyone wants to come on the live, I can actually put you on live, but I know it's not right. What way am I right here? These ones I love. You're deluded. In what way, Fraser? There you go. You've got an audience to explain why I'm deluded. In what way? Being realistic about where we are. No, we're not. The 1999 Alex Ferguson Man United. Oh, stop. But there we go. Fraser band. Are you one of them? Are you from the Morlock? Yeah. Fighter jet flying by. Aye. But yeah, no, it's good luck to you, man. Injury prone, so knocks happen. I don't knocks happen. Knocks happen. Absolutely, it happen. It's just it's normal. It doesn't bother me. It's when I say it doesn't bother me, I mean I accept it's going to happen. And the thing is, what is a knock nowadays? I think a lot of the times the knocks that they go to the surgery with or the doctor with in the past, it would have been the magic sponge and get on with it. Aye, there we go. We'll see what happens. I'm quite happy with where we are as a team, as a club. I've got myself and most of the people on the page and my YouTube and to a certain extent TikTok. Well, TikTok's about a bit toxic. I'm happy where we are. I realise that this is a rebuild. It's a start. This year's about foundations and installing our the way we're going to be playing football, the way we're going to be functioning as a business. They've only been in the door a few weeks. That's what people excuse me, that's something we need to accept. No, I'm quite happy with it. I mean, I'm always going to be happy with where we are now because I'm realistic about where we are. I know there's a way to go, but I like the way, just like everything, because we thought that the general consensus on the page, we need 7 players by the end of the season, the start of the season, should I say? Sorry. And we had 7 in the door on with what was it, 10 days or something like that, 11 days. I know it's a bit quiet now, but that'll be like just because it's not easy. We don't just phone up somebody. Can we buy this player? It doesn't work like that. And I mean, there's too many people are still just thinking. Still, there's too many need a reality check, and it's mental. And the thing is, it's almost if they're entitled. We don't deserve to be entitled right now because there's been nothing there for years. And that's the thing, and it's something people forget. But aye. See, I'm still trying to work out how this works. This year's about building, but I see. That's how we do it. So, aye, and we'll get them. We'll get them. It'd be good to first things first. It'd be good to not concede a goal at Ibrox, but obviously we want to win. I'm glad the first game's at Ibrox because if the first game was away and it was like if we get beat, and especially if it was a bit of a bad defeat, it's not a good start. But Ibrox will be bouncing for the first 30 seconds, and the Boo Boys will start, and then we go from there. But I just hope the Boo Boys calm down this year because, excuse me, sorry for sniffling. Yeah, my nephew's kicking about somewhere down there, Rory, so I'm sure you hear him shouting up in a minute. But yeah, there's a question. Yes, I think you can't you? The thing is, see, a lot of players they should be able to play multi positions at the level they're at, But I know to contradict myself at the level they're at, it's that fine tuning, isn't it? You play that position, but I think no, you let the defenders. I'm sure during once a week or twice a week, the attack coaches, the attack minded coaches at the club will have the defenders up front the teaching them how to finish, so to speak. We've seen it before loads of times. But what do you think? When this, ignore. I'm not paying any attention to it. You know, I kind of feel, and I'll probably Rangers will probably shaft me on this one. Um, I don't think the gaffer and Kevin Thywell and the coaching staff, the scouting team would want to bring back an ex-player because it shows a bit, you know, um, it shows a bit. I don't know if lack of ambition is the right word, but it sends out a bit of a message. Look, they're just in the door, and we can't find players off our own back. But I know he played well down at Wednesday, but up here, I felt the jersey was too heavy for him. And it'll be even more heavier now with even bigger expectation. So that made when this his ability wasn't a question; it was his attitude. You know, so there, me too. But aye. let's say I'm still finding my feet with this. This what's it called, StreamYard. So if I get stuff wrong, you know why. But I've got Justin Rose at the Open. I don't think he's anyway. The squad. I mean, it's a full rebuild, you know, and I think we can. Well, we've got to win a trophy this year, or it'll be hell to pay from the fans. But I think we can. We're perfectly capable of winning the league. You know, because as we saw, we've had the beating of them. It's just those stupid results against the so-called lower teams. That's what does. That's what blew it for us last year. And I don't know if that was an attitude. Well, it was an attitude thing because they proved they can do it. They had good nights in Europe. They played. They beating a Celtic. And remember, some people argue, Celtic had already won the league. Aye, but remember the League Cup final at Hampden. It went in extra time and penalties, and we played very well there. And losing on penalties, as we all know, that's just a lot. That's a lottery in it, you know. But oh, excuse me. On you go. My dodgy, my thing's frozen. Aye, Richie. I think it was a mentality thing last year. It's and whether that or whether it was a mentality thing or they just don't have respect for Clement. You know, it's like, who's this so and so? You know what I mean? Because that his attitude rolls down. You know, I mean, onto the players, and the players will read that. They're not daft. Um, uh, but there's just something about this chap I like, you know. And listen, I know it's. I mean, I couldn't go in there and speak like him, but he knows, you know, he's certainly good with the press. But I had a message off a Southampton fan today, and said Southampton fans still love him. He just didn't have the quality in the final third up for Southampton. And I know people argued he can't change things. He's one track mind. I'll guarantee you, when he went through the interview process, the powers that be that were interviewing him will have asked him that'll have been a big thing. How do you change it? What do you do if this scenario happens? Because I think he had 4 interviews, and I've seen one of the presentations they put. I was asked not to post it, so I won't. But it's unbelievable. You know, I'm sure other people have got it as well, and I think it's online somewhere. But it's frightening what these guys have to do, and there's no way that Kevin Thalwell, the powers that be, chairman, etc., wouldn't have asked him that. You can't not ask that because it's such a big deal. You know, how do you change this if this happens? What happens in this scenario? You know, so I'm quite happy with that. I mean, as that champion squad, that squad's pretty much. It's interesting to see Dessers and Gami there. That's a good thing. They're our players, so we play them, and it also sticks them in the short window. There is an argument they might get injured, but if we think like that, there's no point in playing football. You know. So we'll see what happens. It's the main thing is that's us going towards our first meaningful game, our first game that's worth something, you know. And I know we play on Saturday at the training ground behind closed doors against Hamilton. I know that for a fact. So that's another run out. So I totally get people would have liked to have another friendly, especially on a away trip into Europe, maybe, or down south, down to, I don't know, whatever, you know, Newcastle or Sunderland or something like that. But they decided they didn't need to do that. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I think we're in a good place. I think the manager just wanted to get his way of thinking drilled into the team. The stuff just coming out of my head now. He wanted them fit as F, and he wanted to drill. See if he's successful this season, and everyone's level of success will be different as a fan. If he's successful in the mind of the owners, and he's here next season, I would put him on it. There'll probably be a couple more. There'll be more friendlies that are played at either at Ibrox or down south. You know, because this year he just wanted the foundations. I mean, that's a word they'll always throw about at the moment. He just wanted the foundations of the way the club works and the way the team has way of thinking first, you know. So we'll see what happens. It's quite interesting, right? So, I mean, that's been on for 15 minutes just waffling away. So I'll end it here, right? Thanks for listening. End stream.